Not buy a house in Palm Bay until you have watched this entire video. I'm serious. You might see headlines about the national housing market getting better, but the biggest financial analysts in the world just slapped Palm Bay with a very high risk warning for a massive price crash. I'm not exaggerating. CoreLogic, which is one of the biggest real estate data companies on earth, said that the Palm Bay area has a greater than 70% chance of a price drop. They literally tagged it as one of the highest risk markets in the entire United States. And this isn't just some tiny dip. We are about to expose a perfect storm of hidden risks that are way bigger than the price tag. I'm talking about insane insurance costs that they force you to pay, a tidal wave of new construction that could literally down your property's value, and secret ownership costs that will absolutely ambush your bank account. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal what the slick salesmen and real estate agents won't tell you. And it could save you from a mistake that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. To make this simple, we're going to investigate this like a crime scene. I'm going to walk you through 5 hidden risks that you have to understand before you even think about buying a home in Palm Bay. First, we'll defuse the market risk bomb. Why have experts put a giant red flag on this one specific market? Second, we'll uncover the hidden cost iceberg. I'll show you why the price that you see on that sign is completely fake, and how the real cost is tens of thousands of dollars higher. Then we'll fall into the ownership cost trap. This is where we expose the insane insurance, taxes, and the fees that make your monthly payments explode after you're already locked in. Fourth, we'll look at the huge gap between the development dream and the very harsh reality, using insane real-life examples of Palm Bay projects that have turned into absolute nightmares. And finally, we'll connect all the dots with the resale and liquidity risk. This is the final boss. If you buy now, can you get out when you need to without losing everything? Let's talk about it. The first and most insane risk is the ones that you can't see. The entire market is built on sand. When a firm like CoreLogic, which tells the bank what to do, says Palm Bay has a very high risk of a price drop, you gotta listen. This isn't a guess. It's a warning based on data. According to CoreLogic's top economists, the problem is that the home prices in Palm Bay went completely vertical. They shot up 50% to 70% in just 2 years. But here's the crazy part. What people actually earn here didn't even come close. Think of it like a rocket flying to the moon, but it's running out of fuel. The rocket is the home prices, and the fuel is local salaries. When prices get that disconnected from what people actually make, the market is overvalued, and the rocket is about to come crashing down. That's the entire problem. One analyst calculated that the Palm Bay market was still crazy overvalued even after prices started to cool off. And that cooling is already happening. Prices in early 2026 were down from the year before. But more importantly, they've fallen so much from the peak in 2022 that if you bought at the very top, you're probably already losing money. So what does that mean for you? It means buying a home right now is like trying to catch a falling knife. If you buy a house for $350,000, and the market drops another 10%, that's a $35,000 loss. Your entire down payment could be gone, vanished overnight. The risk is even worse because demand is slowing down. Homes are sitting on the market forever, and tons of sellers are being forced to slash their prices just to get a deal. National real estate news is completely misleading. Following the national market to understand Palm Bay is like checking the weather in Alaska to see if you need shorts in Florida. You need the local forecast. And the local forecast for Palm Bay is showing a massive storm is coming. If the market risk wasn't crazy enough, this next trap tricks thousands of new home buyers. And Palm Bay is ground zero. It's the giant hidden iceberg of costs lurking under that shiny base price that builders advertise. Let me be blunt. The price on a sign that says homes from the 300,000s is a complete lie. It's a fantasy number designed to get you in the door. It's like the price of a plain cheese pizza. The base price is fine, but every topping is extra. The final price you pay can easily be $50,000 to $100,000 more than that. So, where does all that money go? Let's break down the toppings real quick. First is the lot premium. That amazing model home they showed you, it's on the best land. That's your pepperoni and extra cheese. If you want a lot on the water or on a quiet street, boom, you're paying a premium of $10,000 to over $100,000. The base price is for the worst lot right next to a loud, busy road. Next, you go to the design center. This is where they get you. That model home has every single upgrade you can find. Insane countertops, amazing floors, custom cabinets. The base price comes with cheap carpet and plastic counters. It's normal for people to spend $40,000 to $80,000 just on upgrades. Then comes the fees they don't even talk about. Impact fees are a huge one. These are fees that the government charges for new roads and schools. Sometimes that contract pushes this cost onto you, and it could be a nasty surprise of thousands of dollars. Finally, you have utility and site prep costs. This is huge in Palm Bay. The base price doesn't even include the clearing of the land or connecting to water and sewer. If you need a well and septic system, that's another insane expense. That advertised price is just a down payment on the real price of the home. If you want a team that will cut through the sales tactics and show you the real numbers when you're looking to buy, sell, or invest here in the Brevard County area, there's a link in the description below to book a call with me and my team. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Move to Florida the right way. The next risk is the sneakiest one yet because it ambushes you after you've bought the house and you can't even escape it. You close on a home with a payment that you think is fine, but within 1 year, that payment can literally explode. Welcome to the ownership cost trap. And it's made of 3 parts: homeowner's insurance, property taxes, and hidden fees. Let's start with the monster in the room. Florida's homeowners insurance crisis. Florida has some of the most expensive homeowners insurance in the world. When you buy a new house, they trick you with a reasonable quote. It's like a low intro rate for cable TV. But after your first year, that premium can jump by over 30%. What once was $400 a month, suddenly became $600 a month, destroying your budget. And unlike cable, you can't cancel. Next up is the property tax ambush. This is a classic trap. Your first property tax bill is based on the value of the empty dirt lot before your house was on it. It's like they only charge you for the breadsticks at dinner. You think, wow, this is cheap, but a year later, that real bill comes. Your tax bill readjusts to the full value of your brand new house, and your monthly payment can double or even triple to make up for it. I'm not kidding either. Finally, let's talk HOA and CDD fees. Everyone knows about HOA fees, but the fee that tricks everyone from out of state is that pesky old CDD fee. A CDD, or a community development district, is basically a second secret government that developers use to finance roads and pools. You, the homeowner, have to pay for it. That CDD fee is an extra charge on your tax bill that can last up to 30 years. It's basically a second mortgage that you didn't even know that you signed up for. And they can add another $1,000 to $4,000 a year to your potential costs. So that's why you have to ask if a property has a CDD and get the annual cost in writing. Listen, if this video is blowing your mind and opening your eyes to the real costs, do me a favor and destroy that like button. It helps this channel get this insane information out to more people before they make a huge mistake. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest here in the Brevard County area, feel free to reach out with the link in the description below. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Move to Florida the right way. When you walk into a model home, you're buying a vision of a perfect neighborhood. But what happens when that dream turns into a permanent, dangerous construction site? This is development risk, and it's a huge problem in Palm Bay. Some developers got way too greedy. When the market slows down, they run out of money. Imagine you hire someone to build you the world's coolest Lego castle. They build half of it, take all your money, and then they vanish. Now you're left with a half-finished, ugly mess that drags down the value of everything around it. This isn't a what-if scenario. This is literally happening. Local news has covered multiple unfinished projects in Palm Bay. We've seen reports of an entire neighborhood that sat abandoned for a year, and another where the city had to deal with half-built, rotting houses. In 2025, the city was trying to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars just to start cleaning up these abandoned, hazardous houses. Even giant projects can fail. This means you have to investigate the builder. You wouldn't get on a cruise ship without checking if the captain has ever even actually docked the ship before, right? It's the same with a builder. You need to see their finished communities, not just the marketing for the one you're in. Buying into a new development is a bet on the developer's ability to actually finish the job. The final risk is the final boss. It ties everything together. If you need to sell in 3 to 5 years, will you be able to? And can you do it without losing all of your money? This is liquidity risk. And in Palm Bay, it's a terrifying concern. Here's how the trap is set. First, remember risk number 1? The market is crazy overvalued. If you buy at the top and prices crash, you could be underwater instantly. Being underwater on your mortgage is like being chained to an anchor. You can't move, you can't sell, because you owe more on the loan than the house is even worth. Now add another problem, the flood of new construction. When you go to sell your 3-year-old house, you're competing with brand new houses down the street. And trying to compete with a builder is like trying to sell the last year's iPhone in a tiny kiosk right next to an Apple store giving away a new model with free stuff. As a regular person, you can't win. To get a buyer, you have only one move: slash your price. This is the liquidity trap. The very thing that draws people to Palm Bay, all the new houses, becomes your worst enemy when you try to sell. The market is flooded. With so many houses for sale, sellers have zero leverage right now. This means you cannot look at a home in Palm Bay as a short-term play. The idea of flipping it for a profit in 2 years is basically impossible here. You need to be ready to own the property for 7 to 10 years or even longer. And this is just to have a chance at selling it without losing your shirt. So, after all of this, what's the final verdict on buying a home in Palm Bay? We've exposed the 5 critical risks. The market risk bomb from an overvalued market, the hidden cost iceberg where the final price is a lie, the ownership cost trap where your monthly payment will explode, the development risk where your community becomes an abandoned mess, and the resale and liquidity risk where you can get trapped and lose all of your money. Look, this video isn't to say that no one should ever buy a home here. It's a growing city and it has some cool stuff to offer. But my goal is to make sure you're here with your eyes wide open. Armed with the secrets you need to protect yourself. You have to ask if a 10% price cut will wipe out your entire life savings. You have to demand a full cost breakdown from any builder. And you need real insurance quotes. Investigate the property taxes and get proof of all HOA and CDD fees. You need to research your builder's entire history. And you need to be honest. How long are you really gonna stay? In 2026, buying a home isn't about falling in love with the kitchen. It's about playing a high-stakes game of chess in one of the country's trickiest markets. The information we've covered today is your shield, and it's your shield against making a devastating mistake. Now go in with your eyes wide open, and if after all of this you still believe that buying here is the right move for you, and if you want an expert like myself and my team in your corner to help you buy, sell, or invest here, you can book a call with me by using the link in the description below. Treat yourself, don't cheat yourself. Move to Florida the right way. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.